Alright, so as you can see here, we have a nice Chaos Pillar, Essence of Chaos, double feature at 6-socket Codex, Outskirts of Vanoia. It's okay. Not a lot of monsters, but the good thing is it's all Chaos Pillars. So who gives a fuck? If you don't understand what that means and why it matters to your Codex, you should probably listen to everything I'm about to say. If you understand what that means, you can probably fast forward a little bit. We're talking about codexes really quick. Just from looking at this codex, we can see a few things. One, it's going to be an Outskirts of Vanoia for 20 minutes. Two, it seems to have two sets of affixes. One in a tealish green color, one in a blue color. Now, you might be asking yourself, I've never seen two implicit for, I've seen one implicit, like this, or this. This one's actually dust. Let's leave it on the ground. But you've seen this where it has one. You've never seen this. And maybe you've never even seen this. Just Chaos Pillars on a Codex. So that's what we're here to talk about today. How to turn these trash into either one of these or this, a Giga Codex. You need a few things to do this. You need some starting wealth, or you're going to need to make Tinker's Toolkits. If you want to make Giga Codexes, you're also going to need Essence of Chaos. You're going to need Orbs of Doom, Alley Angel. You can also do Treasure Goblin. Put that here too. Treasure is good. The whole point of this is you're going to make a Satanic Zone that always has monsters dropping Essence of Chaos, which are about 250k per, probably more. And they're always going to be stored in a Chaos Pillar, which in this game is basically like a strong box that you open with Chaos Keys. If you don't have Chaos Keys, it's these little things. You're like me. You have no Chaos Keys, you're like me. Congrats. I had to buy some. There's some other things we can talk about as far as how to make your Chaos Key stretch further. So let's talk about that later. For now, we're going to go over to this Codex. Chance to drop Essence of Chaos on monster kill. What that means is this little puppy right here, when you're killing, your pet will randomly run around and grab Essence of Chaos off the ground. Each of these are about at least 250,000 per. Now, the second part of this, monster packs now spawn as Chaos Pillars. What does that mean? If you played PoE 1, it's the same thing as a Containment Scarab or a Monstrous Treasure Sextant Prophecy. However far back you want to talk, doesn't matter. Every monster is, instead of on the map, inside of a Chaos Pillar. And what that does is when they always spawn rare Ancient Legion. They always. The only time you're going to encounter any normal or rare mobs, for the most part, are going to be underground / dwellers. The ones that are underground and pop out when you run over a certain part of the map, those ones don't get put inside of Chaos Pillars. But everything else will be Chaos Pillared. What this means is if they are all ancient, they'll have 5 times loot multiplier. If they are converting from ancient to Legion, they will have 11x multipliers. That's the name of the game. Get as much loot multiplier, as big a loot multiplier as you can that's as consistent as possible, which Chaos Pillar does by itself. The Orb of Doom amplifies that. Now, when you are rolling your codexes, it's going to have one upside, one downside. You can see on this map, 35% increased monster movement and projectile speed. That's turbo, is what it's giving the monsters. And then attack range and aggro range. That's giving it to the monsters. The blue mons, Total Magic Find, increased pack size in 6 sockets. Now, the Magic Find and the pack size we can't do much about. When we're fishing, I'll show you, when we're fishing with Tinker's Toolkits, we don't have an option to just choose what affix we want, implicit or explicit. Explicit being blue, implicit being teal. We don't have a chance to do anything about that. The sockets we can control. So, like for example, this is the Chaos Pillar with 2 sockets. Really quick, we'll throw it on here. We'll destroy the sockets with the blacksmith. And whoever rolls sockets with the recipe will get fucked. We'll try doing it again, but we might not have this. So then we do this. And now this is suddenly acceptable. 4 sockets, it's good enough to play. 5 sockets, it's better. 6 sockets, it's great. The general idea of this video is going to be to teach you how to turn these into these. So let's start. We're going to take a blank Codex, nothing good on it, and when you loot this, you probably think, what the hell do I do with this piece of shit? It's not worth running. The SC is better. Well, that's where you're wrong. You can make this into far better than any SC with just a little bit of work. Maybe a lot of work, depending on how unlucky you get. So, there's probably 2 ways you can do this. One, you can spam reroll affixes until you hit Chaos Pillar or Chaos Essence, and then go from there. Or 2, you can watch the Satanic Zone, the duration, and the implicit and the explicits. Look at all of that, other than the sockets again, because we can control that for the most part by breaking the sockets and re-rolling them. You can look at this whole thing and try to fish for a Chaos Pillar with an Essence of Chaos. What this does is it, as it says, adds an additional buff and debuff. The buff and debuff is going to be the teal lines, the implicit. This means we can land Chaos Pillar through applying an Essence of Chaos. It's just a hard 1 in 6, 1 in 8, maybe. So we're not going to do that right now. This is Steam Train. Steam Train is pretty good as Chaos Pillar. Otherwise, it's pretty dog shit. Not enough monsters. It's been nerfed many times. We're just going to reroll it. And King's Garden, we don't really like that. Dry Hills, we don't mind. Dungeon, we're looking at everything right now. Access time 3, that's pretty good. It's not terrible. We're just going to move it to the side. This one, we're going to reroll affixes. Force of Slain. That's pretty safe. Put that to the side too. Where'd that go? Try to keep these in order so we know. Put them like this. Nothing really good. 3 rune rolls, rune drop rate. Alright, so this will be an example. It's Samjo. Not a bad map. If you get Chaos Pillars, very excellent. If it gets Essence of Chaos, runnable. Probably make money off of it. If it gets most of the other mods, trash. Alright, well, got codexes and rerolled our blue affixes and gave us 2 more minutes on the duration. So as you can see, you can do a lot of things. This kind of sucks now. It's kind of whatever now. It's not bad, it's not good. It's something to do if the SC sucks, which is the whole point. I'll be able to do this now. This is a banger right here, dude. If this doesn't change and we get Chaos Pillar, it's a banger. And now it is the worst I've ever seen in my life. Let me explain to you why. It's magic fine, great. All common items are dropped or as white, and then ancient monsters are approximately changeable. That means, yeah, this map just got bricked. Whatever. That's gonna happen, and that's why we do this across multiple. And that's when you're first starting. You probably should not Essence of Chaos very often. You should just seek Chaos Pillars and go from there. But we're gonna keep Essence of Chaos and see if we can get one of these to go. This is terrible, not 2. Alright, we have 2 left, so we have to be a little bit more selective. Here's Essence of Chaos. Now, if you're just starting off, this might be worth saving, because it is Essence of Chaos, a monster kill. It's not a bad map, and the sockets we can control. The blue mods aren't great. The blue mods aren't awful. It's irrelevant to us, because all we're seeking on this is Essence of Chaos, so that we don't have to go to the auction house and buy these things. So you saw I started with 9, I'm already down to 3. if I were buying, that's 2 mil gold I've invested into what? Uh, 2 potentials, 1 brick, 3 real bricks. So I've done nothing so far to generate income. All I've done is spend. You might put this to the side, do something with the sockets, and run it on your own. We'll do that for now. Let's assume that's what I'm going to do. We'll move on with this. We're trying to get Chaos Pillar or Essence of Chaos with the last 29, and we'll see what happens. Sorry. I don't like materials. It was a good roll, but I still don't like it. This is also really good, but everything's really low other than the MF, which is an implicit. Then we'd have to gamble that Chaos Pillar, and I'd rather show you an actual Chaos Pillar craft if I can this video. So right now we're just aiming literally just for Chaos Pillar or Essence of Chaos, and then we'll proc stand. I can do this probably on my Bard. I'll be fine doing this on my Bard. Proc stands doesn't bother me that much, but for you, proc stands pretty much means you're not going to be able to sell it to people. You won't be able to sell slots, which is a way to recoup your money, and it's going to slow you down just so much compared to a regular map that it's not worth it unless it's Chaos Pillar. So we roll. And now we are blessed. The gods have heard our prayers. They said, "Exile, I hear you." Yeah, that type of shit. They didn't say that, but I wish they would. Roll sockets 2. Destroy sockets. Roll sockets 2. Where's my... I have no more hammers? Oh no, dudes. Alright, let's imagine we have hammers. Okay, well, now you have a Chaos Pillar map. What you want to do is you want to get 4 sockets on this. I ran out of blacksmith mallets, and I'm not going to go buy some more in this video. You can imagine I did that, and I came out with this. So watch, boom! Oh my god! Oh yes, we hit 4. The blue mods are pretty shit though. We don't really give a fuck, right? Because all we're doing is we're gonna fill this puppy up with dooms, maybe 1 treasure, just to have the. Because it says ancient monsters have a chance to summon a treasure goblin. If you remember what I said, Chaos Pillars always generate ancient plus. Every monster coming out of them is going to be an ancient. So this 1% chance to get a treasure goblin from an ancient monster normally sucks. Not that bad on Chaos Pillars. 3 dooms, 1 treasure goblin. We'll run this later. We'll see how it feels. We'll report back.